Yo, what's going on, everybody? STUDmuffin here. If this is your first time checking out the channel, I appreciate you coming by and dropping by. Feel free to stay as long as you like. I'm glad you're here. So today I'm going to be starting off playing as the Franks for the first time on RomeTotalWar Barbarian Invasion Darthmod. I have installed the Darthmod. If you're curious about what the Darthmod is, I've got a link in the description with a link to send you to the page that will basically allow you to download Darthmod for your own RomeTotalWar playthroughs. If you're curious about what Darthmod is, a brief summary of it: it changes the game in many ways. In the original RomeTotalWar, not the Barbarian Invasion, it makes the map so much bigger, which it does not do in the Barbarian Invasion. But both versions, Barbarian Invasion and RomeTotalWar Original, the Darthmod changes a lot of unit skins, and so one of my favorite changes to the unit skins actually is for the Franks, the Heavy Sword Hearband. The Darthmod changed the stats. Basically, instead of defensive skill bonus, it gets the armor bonus. So it has more heavy armor, less defense compared to the original stats of the Heavy Sword Hearband. In the original, I think that the original Frank faction had Axe Hearband instead of Heavy Sword Hearband, so it removed the Axe Hearband and added Heavy Sword Hearband, which is really cool. Love the way those units look. The heavy armor, they look really cool. So yeah, another cool addition from the Darthmod that is on this game. So here's the Paladins from the Frank faction. Darthmod changed the skin on these guys. These guys look really cool now with that red shield and that heavy armor with the cool helmet there. Really excited to try out these units from the Darthmod here. Something I went ahead and did before I started up is basically went through all my faction characters, my faction leader, my faction heir, my diplomat, my spy, and my assassin here. I went through all of their traits and changed all of their religion from pagan to Christian. If you're curious on how to do that, all you got to do, there's a little button on your keyboard right below the top left corner of the escape button. The one right below it looks like a little squiggly dash there. You click that, it'll pop up this little type box. You type in give _trait, and then this is very important. You want to do your parenthesis or your quotations rather. Type in the character name. So let's say my name is, let's just say STUDmuffin. You want to make sure you got your caps. So STUDmuffin, and then you would put another quotation, and then another one, and then type in the trait that you want to give that character, like Christian or pagan, like that. But you always want to make sure you got your caps. So you type just like that. And the tricky part of it is, if your character already has a religion like Christian and I wanted to change him to pagan, I would type in give trait, just like this, and then I would type in the quotations, type in Veus, I think that's how you spell it, and then I would type pagan. And then if you look here, as it has Christian right here in his trait, I type pagan, hit enter, it removes Christian, but in order to actually give him the pagan stat, I would have to, or the pagan trait, I would have to repeat the same process. Veus, just like so. Type in pagan one more time, and now you'll see pagan popped up. So if you're replacing a religion that the character already has, you'll have to type it twice. So now I'm going to have to type this again twice to give him back the Christian trait. Veus, just like this. Whoops. And just like that. I typed it wrong. I put an underscore. Okay. Give trait. Quotations. Veus. Quotation. Christian. Just like so. And one more time. Veus. And then the quotation. Space quotation. Christian. Boom. Now, he's back to being a Christian. And the reason why I'm changing my religion to Christian is because if you look here at the Franks, if you look at their religious buildings down here, they have the 2 pagan sacred circles here, which give different bonuses. That one gives morale bonus, and this one gives experience bonus. But the reason why I'm going to Christian religion is because you get 2 more buildings past the minor city, the large city and the huge city. You also get a cathedral and a basilica, which furthers your bonuses for happiness and law. And on top of that, something the faction Franks have specifically for their faction is paladins. And in order to build the paladins, you have to build the abbey, well, the monastery and then the abbey to get the extra experience on them. But yeah, you have to have at least a monastery, and in order to build a monastery, you have to have a Christian church. So in order to get the paladins and to get a better public order population growth bonus from that temple, I'm going with Christian religion, which is going to be tricky because if you're familiar with barbarian invasion, you know that where the Franks are positioned, I am surrounded on all sides by by pagan religion. And that's the wrong, okay, so building, go down to here, show settlement details. Down here, you'll see religious conversion strength, and this is all dependent on, for one, the surrounding regions right here. So all these regions around me that are pagan are giving me 35% conversion rate to paganism, and then religious buildings in my settlement are giving me 10% bonus to paganism. But as you see, this here is the building that's giving me 10%. If I remove the Sacred Grove to Wotan right now, that's going to remove the extra 10% to paganism. And then the characters that I just showed you guys at the beginning, I went and changed all their religion to Christian. Now I'm going to be getting a 25% bonus to Christian religion here. But the most important thing now is for me to go ahead and start building up a Christian shrine. Or actually, I'm going to do the Hall of Heroes first because I want to be able to recruit Heavy Sword Hero Band. But eventually, I'm going to have to really heavily focus on building the Christian shrine all the way up into the Christian church and then build the abbey. And from there, let's go ahead and recruit. I'm going to do hunters. There's no good mercenaries at the moment. But what my kind of plan is here, the Alemanni, for some reason in Barbarian Invasion, once you destroy them, they do not turn into a horde faction. But, however, when you destroy the Lombards and the Burgundy, they turn into hordes. And so I will not be targeting them right off the bat. Something cool, though, I'm hoping that Burgundy takes Campus Barbaricum and Lombards take Vicus Vindelicorum, or at least Marcomanni, or some other settlement, because I would like to be able to take their capitals here. And if they have a second settlement, at least, then by taking their capitals, they will not turn into a horde faction, because you have to actually wipe out all their settlements for them to turn into a horde. So that's kind of interesting if you're curious on how hordes work. So anyway, my kind of plan is to take out the Alemanni first thing, because they have a pretty good built-up settlement here that I could take advantage of for my army recruitment. And then from there, I'm going to work my way around and knock out these 2 Roman settlements, and then kind of go northward, take out Campus Chatti, the Saxons, and Campus Frissi, and get this big circle here going. And then once I get that, hopefully the Lombards and the Burgundy will have moved eastward or southward, or however, that way I can go ahead and take their capitals, and then continue to push west here all the way and take all this Roman area and come up here and take Scotland, Ireland, all of England. And so that's kind of my early game plan for the moment. Without further ado, let's get right into this here. Yes. Like I said, I don't have any good mercenaries available. Let's move him in the settlement. I might want to keep a governor in the settlement. I'm not for sure. But by hiring that 1 unit of archers, I can go ahead and retrain all my men currently so that I get the blacksmith upgrade on all my soldiers. Go ahead and boost the tax rate. Well, maybe I shouldn't do that at the moment. I think I'll wait on that. Okay. Now, I've got a spy I want to bring down here. And the diplomat, I will keep him just in the area. Does not matter to me exactly where. Now I can send my assassin down here to try to get some sort of lucky kill on some of these guys, but I think I'll just leave him in my settlement at the moment. I don't think there's any good target for him at the moment, so let's just go ahead and end the turn then. Okay, city expands. Okay, I've got 2 hunters, 4 spears, 1 heavy sword here banned. I'll recruit 1 more unit of levy spear just for the garrison. And I'll probably, let's see, who should I use? I'm guaranteeing I'm going to use my faction leader as a commander. Casual Adulter 2 moral to all my troops. Galloper, Floozy. Okay, this guy's crazy good on morale bonus. What about my faction leader? War Chief, improves public order, Master Trader, Farmer, Superb Administrator. Okay, Famous Warrior, Civilized Slave, Master Trader. So the Superb Administrator trait is going to be crazy good for taking the enemy settlements to keep my public order up. So I think I'm going to give, let's give the Floozy trait to Clodio and the Galloper trait to Clodio. That way I get the extra command bonus when attacking and the extra morale bonus for my troops here. So War Chief improves public order, Superb Administrator improves public order, so that will be nice. Drinking Companion, maybe I give this to Meroveus, and then Management, I'll keep that on Clodio. Famous Warrior, okay, so I think with that, by removing the Drinking Companion, this gives him another command star, and then of course when I attack I'll get a 6th command star. So basically, I've explained in one of my videos before, command stars, what they do pretty much is, so for every command star you have additional, it gives you +1 attack, +1 morale at the least. I don't know if it gives you +1 defense, but I know it gives you +1 attack, +1 morale for every command star. Management, that mainly just improves how much money you make in your settlement if your governor has a lot of management stats. So basically, if I go to settlement details here, if you see here on income, this here is admin. I get 163 bonus to income through admin. That is all dependent on management traits of the governor. So when I remove Clodio from this settlement, I will not be getting as much income bonus from admin, administration, considering he will not be the governor anymore. So that's management. Now influence, I think from at least 2 things I know influence does. For every additional influence you get, I think it's +1 public order to any settlement that you're inside of, like governing. And then something else influence does is for every additional influence you get, it adds like 1, 2, or 3, I can't remember exactly how much, but it adds to your personal cavalry of your general's bodyguard on the battlefield. So however much influence you have will increase your overall units in the commander card on the battlefield. So that's at least what I do know of the stats so far. Something I wonder too is if command also boosts your commander's basically aura range on the battlefield, how far his basically how am I trying to say this? Like in Total War Attila, if you're familiar with that aura, you have like a range around your general that boosts all units around your general, and I'm wondering if command on here will boost that range further. I'm not for sure. But yeah, so that's all I know of statistics. Let's see. Okay, so there's a bunch of enemy spears here. Can I bribe? Would it bribe the... Okay, so Captain Rickard will join your faction. That would give me an extra general, but I don't know if I want that general. I'm curious, though. I'm going to quick save. I'm just curious. See, I don't want to adopt any general into my family tree, but I do know on Barbarian Invasion it works differently with generals. You can have generals and them not be a part of your family tree. So I'm going to see if I can bribe these guys. Okay, I didn't even have enough gold anyway. That removed all my trait for my diplomat there. Let's reload that save then. Aw, man. Okay, so I just saved accidentally instead of loading that save. Well, anyway, now my diplomat has no influence or no stats. What about this? It's just 2 levy spears. I'm curious. I don't think this guy will attack me. I don't know if rebels can attack you unless they have an actual like general, not a, you know, like a legit like family member or something. I don't think they can attack your settlements. They might can, I'm not for sure. I'm probably wrong on that. I don't know. Okay, Marcus Flavius, Roman general. They will be moving to attack me soon, I'm sure. They do tend to attack the Alemanni first a lot of times, but let's do this and go ahead and move down here. I can always bring my army back if I need to. I want to attack these guys as soon as possible. Boom, there we go. Watchful, brave, agriculturist, skilled bureaucrat, hates Romans, so he gets a bonus against Romans. Gets a morale bonus. He has 2 archers and spear warband. I don't know how much or what these guys have. Let's bring the tax rate down. I don't know if that will go back up in the green or not. I don't think my assassin can kill this guy. What about the general here? I don't want to lose my assassin though, because then I would lose my Christian bonus that he gives. I'll leave him in there just for now. And then I will end the turn. There's nothing else I can do anyway. Alemanni is asking for trade rights. I will let you trade with me and manipulate this to where I can get some money, hopefully. So I demand 5,000. No, okay, well then what if I do a smaller offer? What if I do 1,000? Will you trade for me? Okay, cool. He accepted that. I'm just going to attack you this turn anyway. Agent detected. The Alemanni agent was detected and killed. That is nice. What about his diplomat? Can I kill his diplomat? Not at the moment. What about this guy? No. Okay. Do they have any family members? Yes, Cimberus. Assassin cannot kill Cimberus. 13% chance. I'm not gonna take that chance, man. That's almost impossible. Has this guy got any? Okay, so here's something else, by the way. This is crazy. I don't know why this is a thing. So on the diplomats, if you're using one of your assassins to try to kill an enemy diplomat, you have less likely chance to kill the diplomat if they have more influence. So for every additional rank of influence that a diplomat has, it makes it harder for you to successfully assassinate them. And I can show you an example of this. This guy has 2 influence, and this guy has 3. So if I take my diplomat or my assassin here, if I go to kill Catuldo, is a 21% chance success rate, and this guy has 1 extra influence, so that's less. That's 16% success rate. So that's pretty interesting. All right, let's just keep on recruiting. Okay. I have the spy in the gates. This is going to be a little bit of a tricky battle. I don't know if my heavy sword here band can wipe the Night Raiders or not, but we're going to try.
Destroy. Besieging settlement.
2 rams. Okay, well, that's all I can do this turn. Oh, nice. Okay, so one of my favorite things to do is assassinate enemy assassins because they're so easy to kill. Let's save before this, just in case it doesn't go the way I want it to. Try to kill him now. Okay, well, let's try this now. Load. Reload, and it might succeed now. it does a reroll. Let's try this with a reroll. Nice. Got the trade increase as well. Cool. Alright. Let's do... I'm losing a lot of money now. How much is this? Okay, not really a big difference at all. I'll just keep on recruiting more spearmen. Now, once I take Vicus Alemanni... Nice, I got the gates broke open. Once I take this settlement, then I should be back up at the positive on my income. I'm hoping, at least. Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
The sun has risen.
I will take this weather. Okay. I don't want to be near that enemy tower over here. So let's set up our men like this. I'm going to hit both sides of the wall. Move these guys over a little bit. The cool thing I like about the Frankish spearmen is they have javelins. That's really cool. I will definitely set these guys on fire at will. Okay. That's loose formation. Let's do shield wall. I like the tight formation. Turn these guys off of skirmish mode. And we'll put them up front. Let's put our... If you listen here, these are the heavy sword hairband, but I noticed that the mods or whatever, when they changed the heavy sword here, or the sword here, or if I can speak, when they changed the axe hairband to the heavy sword hairband, they never changed the vocal dialogue. And so when you move these guys or change their formation, they'll say axemen, like they're still axemen, but they're technically swordmen. But okay, so maybe it's when you move them. There you go. When you select them. Okay, so when I click them, they say Axemen. Excuse me. But anyway, I thought that was interesting, consider they're not Axemen. Okay, check these guys out. Man, these guys look sick. The Paladins in the Darthmod. They look sick. Love that. But yeah, these check these guys out. So here's another, the heavy sword hairband and Darthmod. They look so cool. Look at these guys. I love that. Looks so cool. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and start the battle. No more lingering. Let's move our spear warband up. Get the rams to knock the walls down. We'll go triple speed. Bring our archers up. Just like so. He's got his Lombard archers. They do have a little bit more range than I do, I think. They have a little bit more damage too, I think. Lombard archers are pretty nasty. Can we move these guys up further? Get range on them. They're not in range.
The battering ram is at the walls. Our warriors attack. Now is the time for great deeds.
Okay, well let's move our heavy warband in. Nice. I'm not lingering anymore. Let's go ahead and rush in and wipe these guys.
Our warriors have driven the
No
enemy
friendly
from his own
fire.
walls. The way to victory is open. We are through the walls. Now let us.
For some reason, in RomeTotalWar and the Barbarian Invasion, units get hung up in the gateway a lot on pathfinding, especially with huge unit scale. So a lot of times you can just click like movement on a different area. Then instead of actually attacking a unit, you can just click the movement. Like click them on any land surface, and they'll move through the gates faster. And then once they're actually through, then you can, you know, hold alt, attack with your secondary, or just attack with your primary. Yeah, they still get hung up. Let's get out of shield wall formation. I think that's what's hanging me up here. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Go back to triple speed. There we go. I have an idea. Let's move our spears in. And throw our spears. There we go. I like that. And they're wiped. Okay. Let's move all of our spearmen. Actually, I don't want his... where are they? Where is his Knight Raiders at? They're down here in this corner. Yep. Okay, well, since they're here, I'm going to send my Heavy Sword Hairband to handle the Knight Raiders. I'm going to send my Spearmen in this direction. I'm going to hit head-on with my spears, and then I'm going to circle around and flank them from the rear with my Sword Hairband once I wipe out those Knight Raiders. Let's bring my Hunters in, and I'll support my Heavy Sword Hairband with my General. If I can, I'd like to flank them, but I don't see that happening. These guys do not have the best stamina, though. They have so much armor, they run out of stamina very quickly. Let's do this. Just like so. 180 compared to whatever. 205. I'm definitely winning this engagement. These guys are more fresh than I am, so that's hurting me. Tired compared to winded. Yeah. I'm definitely losing a decent amount due to exhaustion. I just love the way these guys look, man. They look so cool. I love that. Of course, I'm in, triple speed, so the movement's a little janky. But these guys look so cool. Oh yeah. Could you imagine once these guys get chevrons, like XP, and get ranked up with maybe like some more sword or maybe some more weapon and armor upgrades? These guys are pretty beastly. And we'll route the rest. I'm going to halt and walk these guys up to preserve stamina. I'll chase the routed units with my general. Let's move all of the spearmen in here. And just like that. That way they're not all messed up with the formation. Are they in shield wall? No, they are not. So I can move my archers in like this. Turn them on fire at will. I do not think I can fit all these guys like that. Actually, I can. I'll do that. Just to get the javelins in there. I think rather I'm going to save my Heavy Sword Hairband. I'm going to save them. Because by the time they make it up here, they're going to be so exhausted anyway. And I would have to wait forever for them to get their stamina back to even really be able to do much damage or not take much casualties. So let's just attack head on with my spears. And from there, when the enemy is charging my spears and they have their back turned, I'll just take my general in. Taking some casualties here. Hopefully I'm in range to throw some jabs here. Jeez. Halt. Yes. Finally. What are you guys doing? Halt. There we go. What I'm talking about. These jabs are going to destroy these guys. Look at that. Oh man, that's cool. You love to see that, don't you? Alright, well. Let's bring the rest of our men in here. Just like that. Bring the archers behind them. Just like that. This is my plan. I will make sure all of his units are facing me. and I'll hit them from the rear with my general. They should be in range now. You need to halt. They will not throw their spears if the movement hasn't stopped. A lot of times I'll just hit the stop button and it will allow me to get my Pila in there or my javelins a lot quicker. Okay, so this chosen warlord has charged me head on, so I like to see that. My spears should make short work of them. Let's get my general in there. Get him lined up pretty well. I don't think he has any hidden more units anywhere. No, he's clear. Everything's right in the center here. So yeah, I've said this before in a clip, but yeah, so like these spearmen here, their primary weapon are the javelins. So if you want to skip throwing javelins and charge in with your spears, all you got to do is hold the Alt key on the keyboard, and it will change your weapon to your secondary weapon when you hit attack, to where you're not having to halt and throw your javelins, and you can just charge in with spears. That's very helpful. They're eager, so they're not about to rout. Can I get my archers to target the spearmen? Because I don't want any friendly fire if I can help it. So if his warlord retreats, they'll be running back to the town square, and I can finish them off with my general. I should have just went ahead and charged right in there. I don't know what I was thinking, because they were already routing. But when these units rout, they will be around these guys and hurt their morale too, if they're not standing on the town square. I wonder if I just charge right in right now, even though they're facing me. I'm going to blow the trumpet, that way my general doesn't charge in by himself first. I might lose a couple, but I feel like they're pretty exhausted. Yeah, they're very tired, so their attack's not going to be as good.
The enemy king is a coward,
Nice.
leading a tribe of cowards.
I'll take that and kill them before they make it back. Killed the enemy general and wiped out the routed units. I'll take that. I might have lost one guy. That was it.
Fight no more.
Let's go.
The enemy are in full
Pretty good stats there. I'll take that. Let's occupy. We destroyed the Alemanni. We'll destroy this building to paganism. Destroy that building to paganism. And then we will repair the walls, retrain all of our men, recruit another unit of hunters, and I want to be able to hire the heavy sword here band as soon as possible, so I'm just going to go ahead and build the Hall of Heroes and skip building the Great Hall. I think I'm taking a lot of public order penalty due to my religion at the moment. Yeah. I think I build a church would be the best option. That's already about done, so I'll build the church after that, or the shrine, and we'll do that. Just like that. But I am in the positive now, so that's good. The barracks here is going to give me a little bit of a bonus to law, which should put me back up in the blue, which will at least prevent a rebellion or a riot. I think this is what I can do for this turn, nothing more. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it for now. There's his family member that was left from the Alemanni faction. I think I'm maxed out on what I can do on this turn. Okay. A quick save. Did I recruit from here? I did. Cool. Alright. Okay, the Lombards are wanting trade rights. Let's counter offer and demand 5,000. They probably won't accept. We can come back again with another offer. Okay, they're offering to give 200. I'm going to try to push this further and ask for 1,000. Nice, they accepted. Okay, Western Roman Empire is asking for trade. They're probably not going to accept 5. We're going to shoot for it anyway. Okay, they're offering 1,400, so that tells me I can go a little bit higher. I'll at least go 2,000. Nice. They accepted. Okay, coming of age. Tancred. Poor cavalry commander? Oh, that stinks. Confident attacker. I might just turn this guy into a maybe a governor. I'm not for sure. Management. I don't really have any good retinue ancillaries at the moment to give him. I could always give him the drinking companion from Meroveus, however you say it. Let's go ahead. I'm able to build the heavy sword hairband now. That's going to be huge. That's going to be absolutely huge, I'll tell you, okay? It's going to be huge, brother. Okay. Let's see. Let me see here. What do I want from here? Maybe just... Let's do garrison. I'll just go for a garrison. I'm back up in the green here. I'll take that. Romans are coming after me. Okay, quick save. Nothing else I can do this turn. I can't really leave at the moment. I did get attacked by the Romans. What have they got? Oh my gosh. And more reinforcements. Well, guess who's going to fight the Romans? Christian Shrine. Now I can start on my Great Hall. Okay, who's this guy? Marcus the Gambler. I don't think I can assassinate him.
Who shall die?
Nope, 9%. What about the guy in here? 67? Maybe I get that? Let's try.
He's dead.
Yes, I got it. Cool. That's one less commander I have to worry about. I could probably take that settlement, to be honest with you. And who would I need to do that? They just have 2 spearmen. But they have reinforcements here. Can I hire mercenaries? Confident attacker. I don't have any cavalry at the moment.
Yes.
Can I hire
Forward.
mercenaries? Yes, I've got Golden Band. I'm taking that. Thank you. These guys are crazy good. I'm going to take the Golden Band and
Orders.
the Heavy Sword here band. And 1 unit of archers. And bring my spy in as well. Just like that. Then let's go ahead and attack with this guy. Maybe there are going to be more mercenaries available here too.
Besieging settlement.
Nice, perfect amount for 1 ram. Well, I'm going to try to take that next turn. Bring this guy into the army. And then another levy spear. And then, let's see. If I bring this guy out, that's going to be bad public order. 55%, dude, that's crazy. I think I've got to risk it, man.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to have to risk that. I can do this, which will lower my population, give me a little bonus, just for a temporary boost to public order. Yeah, that's something cool, too. So, even though I'm only going to be able to build 1 unit per turn, and my public order is 55%, you can still continue to queue up recruitment, and that's going to bring your population down, and that's going to also boost your public order very slightly. But if you only need an extra 5 or 10% to your public order, then you can just queue up a whole entire row, and that's going to boost your public order. And that's only a temporary boost. It's not going to actually, I mean, it's not a temporary boost, but I'm not planning on hiring all these guys permanently. So I'm leaving it in the queue, and then next turn or the turn after, when my public order stabilizes, I'm just going to delete almost everything in the queue here. But yeah, so that's just a cool little way you can mitigate public order. It's going to take a lot of, money right up front, but you get your money back when on the following turn or the turn after when you cancel the recruitment queue, because you will get permanent bonuses once units are actually recruited. So next turn I'll get a bonus, and the turn after I'll get another bonus from this guy, and then I can cancel the queue. But yeah, so that's just like a quick little way to get a little public order boost. Let's see.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and move our faction leader up here
Out of move.
to try to help, because I don't think I can defeat these guys with just my faction heir. What about family members? Yeah, not anytime soon. Okay, well, they're on their way, and this guy will be taking that settlement. Let's quick save. Got an army coming in here from Spurious. That guy's actually a really good general. If I remember correctly. Okay, that's all I can do this turn. I can't recruit or construct from that settlement. Oh my goodness. A second huge army. But I think they're slightly out of reinforcement range if I attack from here, not here. So I'm going to do that, and they will be slightly out of range. I don't want to deal with two armies in the same battle, because if I destroy these guys, I can basically retrain all my soldiers and prepare for the second army. Very crucial. So yeah, just be paying attention to the position of the enemy armies. That way you'll know when you can take advantage of situations like that. Because if I would have attacked from the corner of the army I'm attacking right now, then it would have drawn that second army into the battle, because they would have been in reinforcement range at that point. Okay, let's do shield wall, fire at will, and then archers turn off skirmish mode. Line them up like so, and the general. I don't know where. Okay, the reinforcement army is going to be coming in from behind, which means we need to rush these guys ASAP. We are fighting downhill, so that's not going to be a good bonus for us. I'm going to walk these guys. Let's walk these guys for a second, because they're a little bit quicker than the spears. I don't want them to run through the ranks and break up the formation. So give them a little bit of a head start and then run them forward. That's a little bit of a key advice too, is when you're moving all your army at once, you can walk some guys, run the others, and then pick and choose when you run which units. That way they don't run forward and go through your ranks, mixing up your formation just for smoothness. It's more of an OCD thing for me. But now I can move my reinforcements over here. I'm gonna charge the general's cav, or the commander's or captain's cav. I think it's a captain. I don't think it's an actual general. Don't really want to flank from that direction. I'm gonna pull my swords here, and then the faction heir. Let's move this direction. I'm not going to use my javelins. Let's charge directly in now, not giving him a chance to move out of his position. And then I'm going to circle around and flank. Those guys should get destroyed very quickly. What about these guys? Okay. Deselect.
The enemy warlord flees from our warriors.
Let's come in like that.
And drive them back in the same way.
Who are these guys? Comitenses. Comitatenses. Okay, cool. Okay, well, I didn't need to flank those guys. Let's move in with 2 units, come over this direction. Come in from here. Don't want to get caught up in that, because I want to be able to move through it. Those are Limitanie. Let's move around through here. Let's hit the Federati cav, and then hit these guys from behind. Well, I can just go ahead and do that, and then charge them from the flank. That'll break them,
Enemy warlord shows
just
his
like
worth.
so.
Nothing. Any of our warriors would die rather
Just throw
than
our jabs. That's archers. Let's go ahead and attack them. Okay. Committed tenseis are right there. I want to go ahead and wipe them out if I can. Okay, cool. My javs are putting in some work there, and my archers. What can I do here? Let's take all my spears, move them up. Can't move them that far though. Are they going to move back or are they going to stay there? Halt. He's charging. These guys can line up on the flank. Okay. These guys are doing pretty good over here. Still do what you're doing. Attack here, attack here. Come in from behind. And swoop in and attack from here. I'm going to turn these guys off of fire at will because I don't want any friendly fire at the moment. Okay, those guys are getting mopped.
The enemy warlord is dead, slain
Perfect.
by your brave warriors.
Get my general out of there. And just like that, the route. Love to see it. Let's do javelins. And javelins. Move these guys out. Don't have any more javelins from there. Start mopping these guys up. I'm going to come down here and finish that unit. Let's do this. Throw jabs. Throw jabs. Halt. Beautiful. Okay, archers. Finish those. Triple speed. They are having a hard time with the micro movement here with the pathfinding. Too close to those rock wall formations. I'll finish them with my... oh geez, I was too slow on route on those guys. Man, I missed that opportunity. Oh well. It's fine. There we go. Okay. I should have got those guys. I was too busy focused on that stupid rock formation there. Okay. Well, that was a pretty good turnout. We did have the bonus with the command stars for our general compared to them not actually having a legit general in their army, but that will be different with this army. They do have a decent general.
Yes.
Excuse me. Okay, let's go ahead and retrain. Now the whole army will be under my faction leader getting extra command stars. I have 2 archers. Let's do another heavy sword here band. That way I'll have 2. Now we can do the Great Hall, and that will bring me almost empty on income. I'll do one more turn of that unit queue. Would one more put me any higher? No. 75. What if I remove another one? That's it. Yeah, let's keep it there. They have a little bit of a reinforcement. Okay, never mind. 2 committed tenseis. Plus the, of course, Federati Cav. I think that was, yeah, and the Federati Infantry. But they are weak here. And these guys are slightly out of reinforcement range, so I will have plenty of time to retrain and prepare for that reinforcement army. They have a decent-sized army down there south into northern Italy. I hope they don't bring them up, which I'll be recruiting, so I might have time to build up a decent force to defend or move my faction leaders south to support. Okay. Deploy. These guys do not have missiles. I don't want to use my mercenary golden band until I have to because I can't retrain them. They're mercenaries. They do not... Whatever you lose is permanent in that unit. Turn these guys off. Okay. Charge the gates with the ram. Something like that. And, of course, these guys in behind. What does he have? I think the Limitanie and the Federati, yeah. They are both going to camp the town square. So I could probably just surround them. I'm going to, if I can, I would like to move my heavy sword here band here. Come in. Basically get, how can I say this? charge them from one side with the heavy sword hairband, causing them to turn
The gate is broken.
this direction,
The warriors
and then
have
bring my
done brave
archers in
work with the
behind and just
battering
pepper
ram.
them. That's what I'd like to do. Let's do shield wall. Line them
Our
up like
warriors have
that.
taken the walls.
Bring
Now
my
the
archers
streets will run with blood.
here first, and then run them from behind. I'll bring my general here. I'll walk him so he's not ruining my formation. Now I've got room. Let's go ahead and line my axe or my heavy sword hairband like this. And now my archers can come up here. Just like this. Charge with the general. Perfect. Okay. I want to keep my general close to my heavy sword hairband. Do not rout. Beautiful. Look at this. What I'm talking about. Kill the general.
Warlord is dead, slain
Archers
by
just
your
peppering
brave
them.
warriors.
Beautiful. Should we go ahead and send the general in? I'm just gonna destroy him with my archers. No need to bring the general in. Beautiful. And of course I'm gonna get a bonus as well with my soldiers not taking as much friendly fire
Army runs.
because I'm facing my archers, so my shields should block most of the archer fire
We
from
fight no
hurting me.
more. The
So
enemy
that's
are
a cool little strategy you can use. Okay, that battle is over. Hopefully, I can't retrain my heavy sword hairband, unfortunately, but hopefully I can train up some spears. Oh, jeez, that is not looking good. That is not looking good at all. Oh, man. I'm surrounded by pagan settlements, so I'm going to struggle religiously when it comes to public order. And I don't think I'm going to be able to mitigate it this turn. I don't have a big enough garrison, and I can't queue up enough units to help me any. But
Orders.
something I can do, let them riot. Bring all my men out. And my diplomat, or my spy and assassin. Hopefully I can basically recruit one unit of spears before he's able to bring his men in. I'm not for sure.
Orders.
I will have to leave one unit in there.
General.
I'm gonna put my heavy sword hairband in there because they're a unit of 60 anyway. It's not gonna be that big of a difference. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay, perfect. I'll call it at that. And end the turn. He'll besiege it. No, he didn't. He did not even besiege it. That's crazy. Well, the riot did happen. Lost 20 soldiers, mostly in the spearman unit, which is good. Okay, Christian Shrine. We can go ahead, repair this. Let's basically take out this construction queue, or recruitment queue, and recruit another unit of spears. We need another Christian building just to get that boost. And then with that, I don't think we're at the point yet where I can bring my general in.
Yes.
These guys aren't really giving me much of a bonus. Oh my goodness, look at that. At least 4 units of comitatensis.
Orders.
I'm gonna bring these guys out. That's gonna be crazy. Well, can my army reach?
General.
No, it cannot reach here anyway, but I have a plan. I have a plan. My mind is brewing up a plan right now.
Orders.
Let's go ahead and do this.
Yes. Orders. Orders. Chief.
I'm gonna go
Chief.
6 spears,
Chief. Yes.
all the archers. That'll leave me with 1 unit of garrison. And then let's move him and attack from this direction.
Forward.
Recruit another unit of spears.
General.
Perfect. Okay. I'm going to wipe this army, come down, garrison here. On the following turn, retrain up, and then by then I should be in reinforcement range to deal with this army. Yes. That sounds like a plan. And I can bring these guys back in. Retrain up this guy to get the weapon bonus. Just like that. And on the following turn, this building will be done, allowing me to retrain any of my heavy sword hairband and recruit another unit of heavy sword hairband. So I'll have a total of 4 heavy sword hairband, the golden band, 3 unit of archers, and 9 unit of spears, which I'm going to bring 6 of them out and leave the 3 in with the general for garrison. So that is my plan, and let's execute this perfectly if we can. Okay, 3 units of committed tenseis, 6 units of spears, 3 archers, general and the cav, which I have more general stars, and hopefully I can outmaneuver his men, take as least amount of casualties as possible.
Many will go
Okay.
to the afterlife by nightfall. Be sure that you are not one of them.
Let's line up our spears in the front so that we have the javelin range, like so. Archers behind them. Let's reform up, get back a little bit so I can see my unit formation, just like so. And then I will put the heavy sword hairband on the flanks to protect my archers and the general in the back. That will work for now. Let's do this. Run my men up, even though it's going to give me a little bit of a stamina drain. It's a little too close. Just like this. That will work. And that's a little bit too many units on the field to continue with triple speed. Got some good javelin kills in here. That whole unit of Federati infantry wiped completely just from javelins. And that unit of archers almost completely wiped. Okay, what are these guys? Archers. Let's go ahead. I'm going to charge the Federati infantry with my heavy sword hairband. Let's charge the Federati cav. Actually, no. Let's charge the Federati cav with the spears. Charge his cav with my spears. And from there, just like this, I'm going to bring another unit of spears here. Let's go ahead and hit this formation and hit them from that direction as well. Okay, his cav are charging. I'm going to charge them immediately. Blow the trumpets so my general is not caught up in it as much. And then my heavy sword hairband are doing well. Just like this, that works. 1 unit is all I'll need for that cav. Come here and flank. My archers need to be targeting his archers. Come here and flank. Just like that. Beautiful. Let me get some more vision here. Committed tenseis I need to go ahead and worry about. As soon as I wipe his general here, as soon as he is dead, I'm going to try to hit those archers.
The enemy warlord
Okay.
shows his worth.
Kill him. Beautiful.
The enemy
He's
warlord
dead.
is dead, slain by
Okay,
your
let's hit his
brave
archers.
warriors.
Okay, turn off fire at will. Turn off skirmish mode. His archers are toast. Let's turn toward the committed tenseis. Okay. Taking some casualties here. Let's bring these guys back. Okay, beautiful. We are set up perfectly to hit these guys from the back. Attack there. Bring these guys in and attack the committed tenseis from behind. Now our archers are just peppering them from behind. Beautiful. Perfect. Hit the Limitanier. Beautiful. That's what I like to see there. Okay. Attack these guys head on. Try to kill as many routed units as I can. Why are you facing that direction? Okay, take out your shield wall formation and just attack them regularly since you're not wanting to face the right direction. Now they're sandwiched. Okay. These are perfect. I will move these guys back and let the archers finish that unit. Counter them off. What is my general doing? Taking no casualties. Pretty good job of wiping out these routed units. Let's turn on triple speed. Finish them off now. I think that's about everybody. Beautiful, that's the battle. I'm going to go ahead and finish off everyone that I can. Not too bad. I have one unit rout on me, but that's expected, considering how strong the committed Tenseis are compared to most foot soldiers. There we go. And one more unit back in behind that my units are chasing and about to wipe out, I think. Nice. Beautiful. And that's that. Oh, come on. Catch up to him. What are you doing? Do I have to use my archers? I'm gonna have to use my archers, I believe. Okay, halt. And there we go. I'll take that. Look at those stats. That's what you like to see. Okay. There we go. Enemy army wiped. Let's move our army down. Continuing to recruit. Just like that. Actually, let's start training up a second army. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start training a second army. That will work. Quick save in the turn. There we go. Agent found from the Lombards. Riding still. We were besieged. So now what I can do... Do we have any low influence diplomats I can assassinate? No, I do not. Okay, what about the spy up there? Let's see, can I send my assassin to kill the spy? Whoops. How do I cancel that? I can't cancel it. It's all good. Nope, he is too hard to kill. Federati Cav mercenaries, do not want those. They're highly expensive and are not that good. Okay, what can I do here to give myself enough money to retrain? Because that is my problem. I don't even have the money to retrain now. I actually don't have enough money to retrain my army. A little bit of a problem, huh? A little bit of a problem, huh? 14, 1. Yeah, I don't have enough to retrain, but I'm going to try to wing it with what I got. The big army done left. 10-4. Fair enough. Okay, well, what can I do then? Jeez, that's a lot of public order for my faction leader there. Low tax rate, I won't riot this turn. Okay, let's go ahead and break this siege. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nah, let's do this. I'll leave 4. Quick save. And this will be my attacking army. Let's jack the tax rate up there. That will help us some. Man, I've got to get some money somehow.
Lord,
I'm slightly out of reach. That is fine. Okay, well, there's nothing else I can do. I've got to at least wipe out this army. Oh my goodness, there's another army up here. Holy cow. Jeez, I am getting constantly attacked by the Romans right now. I guess that's okay. One more turn and my settlement will be upgraded. That's going to be huge. Okay, let's just go ahead and break this siege. Quick save. They should automatically break. Yeah. Okay, well, that's just 3 Limitaniae. Maybe I can go down. I can't. There's no way. I just... Man, gosh. I've got to come back up here. That will be one more Christian building.
General.
Man, what can I do here?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't have enough units to handle this army with the 2 armies I have. There's no way. There's no way. I've got to go back. I have to. I have no option. I will bring my faction leader in the settlement just to get more tax money. That's the least I can do. Okay. Quick save. Of course, I got besieged. Okay. We got the Christian building. I can retrain maybe here in a minute. I'm not going to retrain any units for a minute because I don't have the money to afford the upkeep, or the income rather. Let's join up. I'll be able to take that army out next turn, but by taking casualties, that's less upkeep I'll have. That will give me enough money to do something. I need to start focusing on economic buildings for real. I might need to take Augusta Vindelicorum just to have some more income. I'll have to do something here. The Great Hall was built. Bring the tax rate back down. I'm on low tax rate there. Still gonna riot again probably, and then that will go back to the Romans. But unless it increases. Okay, that large army attacked again. A little bit of a difficult time here. Back to 70. Okay, well, at least they're out of riot range. Got 2 units of spears there. Okay, well, there's multiple armies here. Let's go ahead and wipe both armies then. They're both in range. Neither one have generals, so I should be able to make quick work of them. I've got to get that second army built, though, in order to be able to do anything, because having one army, I'm constantly moving one army back and forth on the defensive non-stop. This will be the last battle of part 1, though. Okay. Archers. Like so. We'll move 2 sword here bands on the left flank. And the golden band on the right. Cavalry behind, you know the deal.
enemy are scared. They have brought
Okay,
even
let's
more
go ahead and move our
matter,
men
we will
upward.
count the dead later.
What's he got? Limitaniae, Comantenses. We'll move like that. Let's walk our archers for a minute. Triple speed, now run them. I'm gonna have to turn it on double speed. Just like that. And I'm set now. What's he got here? Okay. Looks like the javelins are making quick work of everything in the area. mercenary golden band, war cry, and attack the Comitatenses. And then javelin those guys, and then turn these guys off of fire at will. Comitatenses are taking high casualties, wipe the enemy general. They're wavering. Honestly, losing some of these guys will help my upkeep, so it's not all over. Okay, so Comitatenses are charging in. Let's go ahead and bring another unit of Spear Warband. This is the problem. These shield wall units are constantly moving out of range or out of formation, facing the wrong direction, having to get me to undo the shield wall formation and flank them on all sides. Just like so. Hopefully that causes them to break pretty quick, being surrounded like that. Losing some of those golden band. The other Roman army is a little bit far away. Hopefully I can finish these guys off and get my men back into formation. Let's break from shield wall and get a little bit more unit count in there. These guys are just holding on, aren't they? Crazy. Putting in work against my men, though. How many Comitatenses do we have in this army? Mostly Limitanie. There's one unit of Comitatenses in the front. The rest are Limitanie. That's good. They're not recruiting Comitatenses at the moment. That will help us. I'm about sick of these guys, man. I've got to do something. Maybe a cav charge will break them. There we go. Okay. Now I can move my spearmen back into formation. Ah, man. Let's move my golden band here then, since we can't form up our men properly. Let's get my 2 spear warbands in this formation, run them, hurry, charge those guys. Archers fire at will. Charge here. Get these guys out of shield wall and hit the Limitanie. Hit them here as well. So bring this unit up to hit the Limitanie. Charge here. Charge here. Get out of shield wall. Get out of shield wall. Okay, now I gotta find something I can do with my general. Sneak around and hit the archers, I would assume. I can do that, at least. Let's get these guys to hit. Or hit here. I think that's a decent area to shoot. Okay, bring the general around. Run. Hit the archers. And then once I rout them, I can turn around and start flanking everything. One unit of Federati here I'm going to have to do something about. He's coming around to my archers. Actually, let's hit here. Okay. Let's do triple speed back to double speed. I don't think I want to do triple speed. Those routed. Now we can target the other unit. Good. It's a perfect target for our archers. Okay, how are we doing everywhere else? Good, good, good. Let's take the spears. Bring the spears in here and attack the Limitanie. And then now we can bring our heavy sword here band here and flank those guys. Just like so. Get a good flank going. Why are you charging, sir? Away from the men.
This is no longer a battle. This is a hunt.
Got a massive route now.
Coward chase.
I need more cav. That way I can finish off routed units a little easier. Well, I think at this point I'm probably going to just skip past this because there's a lot of routed units I need to finish off. So I'll just skip past this part and be right back as soon as I finish off all the routed guys. Okay, folks, and just like that, this is the last routed unit that I am taking care of. Charge, charge, charge! Oh, come on, I hate whenever it takes forever. There we go. And this guy's gonna escape. You live to fight another day, sir. Alright, well that's that. Let's check out our stats. Nice, look at that, baby. Let's go. That is one large enemy Roman army and a smaller army wasted. We lost a little bit of men there, well, like 300 something, I think it said. But that's going to help our upkeep costs. What is our tax rate currently? Jeez, that's a low tax rate, brother. I'm going to take Augusta Vindelicorum just to give me a little bit of a bonus here. I got to get something, man. I've got to get something going. I'm kind of stuck just defending at this moment. Okay, I need to bring somebody into the settlement to help with the garrison. We'll do something like that. That'll help for now. That's about all I want to do, though. Okay. Send those guys back in. So quick save. I want to make sure I am able to reach here. So we'll send my general in first, who has a little bit more movement range. Join up. And we're able to get one siege tower, 2 ladders. And we will try to take this settlement on the part 2 of the Barbarian Invasion Darthmod Franks campaign playthrough. But yeah, so I think that's all. I have no money. I'm literally in the negative 875 on money, and my income is going to be minus 100 something every turn. This Roman army will attack me the turn after the next, and I'm probably not going to be able to defend that. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to make it in time. But, yep, we're going to try to at least have this little triangle of settlements here. This settlement, I'm mainly wanting to take it because I'll get way more income from Augusta here compared to, well, Trevorum compared to Vindelicorum. Just way more population and stuff, better buildings. I'm just going to get more money from having these 3 compared to these 3. So I'm going to hit Trevorum and come back and take Vindelicorum later. But I've got to get the ball rolling on my economy, or else I'm just going to stay in the negative. Alright then, thank you guys. If you made it this far in the video, don't forget to subscribe and turn the bell on. That way you get first dibs on the videos that I post. And if you are already subscribed, I have made it a community post for you to go and take a vote or cast your vote. I am planning on letting my subscribers pick the next RomeTotalWar campaign playthrough that I do. Once I complete my Julii and Seleucid Empire campaigns, if you haven't seen those, go check them out, by the way. But once I complete those campaigns, I plan on starting up another campaign that I'm allowing my subscribers to pick which faction that I choose. The first option is Macedon, the second option is Armenia, the third option is Carthage, and the fourth option is the Germans. So make sure you go cast your vote if you're already subscribed on the community post. And as always, hope you guys have a blessed evening. God bless. Thank you for watching as well. Bye-bye.